For today's video, we're going to be talking about how you need to be prepared before you're actually prepared. So, what do I mean by this? Is a mindset that I have and a principle that I have is I need to be prepared before I even start doing the action. So, I basically look at things this way. Before you want to do the things you want, you have to think about it. Am I doing this right? Am I doing my actions right? Am I doing it in the appropriate manner in where I can't hurt people, where I don't disrespect anyone? And also, is this God's will? Because if this is not God's will, if it's not if I know that will not please God, then it's an automatic no for me. And also the thing is so that I won't fail. You know the lesson is you want to seek failure in order for you to learn, but if you already learn the stuff, then you won't expect failure. So that's also a principle that I'm going to be following. I'm not rich yet. I don't make any money yet. I don't have any multi-million-dollar business yet, but I'm starting to be disciplined. I'm starting to change my mindset for the better. Although I won't be making any money until then, at least I am better than who I was yesterday. So, I also just had to point out that I was so fortunate enough to have 3 wins in a row on this game. It was kind of crazy because I got 3 wins in a row because I was focused. Maybe on my other chess games I wasn't focused enough, which is why I lost, but I definitely had enough powerhouse energy to deliver 3 wins in a row for you guys. So anyway, going back to the topic, I actually like the idea of learning before you actually execute the action. Because if you learn yourself, you prevent yourself from these mistakes. If you already plan ahead all the way until the end, you create yourself a goal and you create movements in where you're not distracted, you're not confused. In fact, you already have an idea, you already have a broad idea of who you actually want to become or the actions you're going to take. Going back to what I said before, yes, failing is nice. Yes, failure is a requirement for you to learn, but learning sets you back. Yes, I'm going to admit, there are some things you have to learn on your own. There are some things or events that you have to experience, you have to go through in order for you to actually learn this experience. But in some aspects of field, why will I fail? Or take into a different context, why will I fail if I already know what I'm going to be doing? This also gives us the idea of saving time. If you want to save time, if you don't want to waste time doing this type of action, then you have to learn. You have to learn how to not fail in order for you to bring the best result, and while using the small amount of time. It's basically a win-win situation if you treat yourself or you do this kind of practice in where you learn first, you learn the aspects of this that you're going to dive into, and then you learn all of the mistakes, you learn everything first before you take action so that the outcome will be maximized. Imagine. You learned all of this in this time and you did all of this specific actions and you prevented yourself from failing, it's the best bang for your buck. Because you use your time to learn, you did not fail. In fact, you got what you want, you got the result that you needed, and it's an overall nice experience. So going back to this topic, why settle yourself for failure if you know that if you have the option to be better, if you have the option to express yourself, to know, if you have the chance to do this, to practice before you do it, then I think you should, by definitely all means, do that. So you can actually save yourself some time and save yourself some energy. Now, does this go to all of contexts? Does this go to every single context out there? Does this principle work in every single field? Absolutely not. You don't just go and study football or even this game that I'm playing. You just don't go study chess for 8 hours, and then when you play the actual game, you expect to get 18 wins in a row. No, there's a different story to that, different context, different principles in where practice actually makes perfect, but I'm just telling you guys that there's also an alternative principle to the subject, and it's actually really effective as well. Yes, in some fields like chess, sports, or learning stuff, you actually have to get on hand where you know nothing and where you learn along the way, and then you watch some videos on some mentors, and then you do it, and then by practice, if you practice every single day, if you're determined, if you do the actions every single day, then you're actually going to improve that way. But what I'm saying is, if before engaging in some things, you have to think first on what you're going to do and make sure you know what you're going to do. So let's take this for an example. So let's take this chess game for an example. Before I will engage in a match, before I will have a play session of, let's say, 1 hour, or if I will contract myself to 2 rapid games, 2 blitz games, and then 3 bullet games, I know what I'm going to be doing. I know the lines that I'm going to be playing, and I know my theory. Let's just take this for an example. I'm not a grandmaster yet. Again, guys, I'm still at the super beginner level. If 1,600 ELO is the beginner level, what more does a 600 ELO have? I'm a 1,000 difference from a beginner to a noob. I'm basically a noob at chess, okay? I'm so bad at the game, but then I actually enjoy the game. But determination and your obsession comes a later video. That's another topic. We're going about the preparation. So I already know that I'm going to be playing chess. I'm preparing my mind and I'm preparing my body for it. And then when I actually play the game, I actually enjoy it. When I lose the game, I learn my mistakes. I learn at my failures. I realize that I wasn't very focused at that game, and I definitely wasn't paying attention. Either I got arrogant or I didn't see. I wasn't sharp enough to detect the moves, to detect any blunders, to detect any mistakes. But at least I know that I have mistakes. I have some things to improve on, which is why I actually love playing the game, is because when I lose, I'm not mad or angry. I'm actually okay. I have a positive outlook that I lost. But when I win, that's a result of being prepared before engaging in the activities. Now, playing chess in a period of time is practicing. I can definitely say that I am better than who I was from last year. last year was January 2024. And I can definitely say that in 1 year, even if I just have gone from 200 ELO to 600 ELO, I still gained 400 ELO. Okay, guys, I still gained 400 ELO in those journey. I still gained ELO, and I'm very happy. I'm very proud that I've improved in my 2 years of playing this game. Rather, my 4 years playing this game. I started back in 2020, and I stopped. I only went back again in 2022, and that's where I have gone from, and that's where I stood stagnant on 200 ELO, basically. And then 2024 came in. I jumped from, I get 100 to 200 ELO, and then I dropped it again in those period of time. I went back, and then I stopped, and then I went back and I stopped. And then from 2024 to 2025, that's where I actually took chess very seriously in those matter of time. And that's where I went from 200 ELO to 400 ELO in chess, around 600 ELO. So I'm actually very determined now. I'm actually very focused, which is why I'm very proud of. And from 2020 to 2023, I wasn't planning anything. I was just playing. I was just moving the pieces on which square I want to place it in. But in 2024 to 2025, I actually learned before I played, which is why I managed to gain 400 ELO in the process. So, making my move before I actually make my move is a very nice principle. Comes with practice, comes with determination, comes with patience, comes with excitement, comes with joy, comes with genuine feelings of enjoyment. It's a nice practice. It's a nice attitude to go along the way. It's a nice discipline exercise for me to do when I'm actually in the real world. Because right now, looking back, I'm not taking anything seriously. And if I continue practicing some actual valuable skills that I have, inputting it into the actions that I do every single day, that's where I can definitely say that I'm gonna be a much better person when I'm actually dealing with real world responsibilities, when I'm actually dealing with myself. So yeah, I think that's gonna be my yapping session for today. It's gonna be really nice journey with you guys, So I'm proud that I have this chance, I have this opportunity, I have this moment to share what are some exercises that I do, and sharing it to the world so that you guys can also come along with me and doing these stuff, expressing these stuff, sharing these stuff, learning your opinions on these things. What do you guys actually do yourselves? So yeah, hopefully I get better. Hopefully I won't be stuck in the below 1000 ELO range, but hopefully I will increase and skyrocket my ELO. Hopefully my ELO goal is 2200. If I reach that ELO, I'm super happy already. So yeah, hopefully I can reach that one day. And this is definitely the first days of me reaching 2200 ELO.